miles down, back at the front of the park. About to head into Times Square. Just hit 7 and we're in Times Square. This is so cool. Hi! Oh my goodness. I just got back from New York City a few days ago, and as you can tell, that was probably the coolest thing I have ever done, and I am so glad I did it. Let's just talk a little bit about what happened. So I flew to New York City on Thursday night on a red eye, which wasn't as terrible as it sounds. Got there super early, like 6 in the morning on Friday, the 17th, so 2 days before the race. Ended up doing a lot of tourist things. Walked like 16 miles, which is something I would not suggest for doing a half marathon 2 days later. Took it a little bit easier, but still did some more tourist stuff on Saturday and then ran the race on Sunday. And it was really cool to see a lot of the city come out to support. People were everywhere cheering us on, just filled with so much excitement. Almost 20,000 people participated in the race. It's the biggest race I have ever done. We started in Central Park, ran around all of it, spent like 6 miles in Central Park just running up it and then back down the other side. And I'm not sure if you know this, but Manhattan is an island. It's pretty flat and all the hills are in Central Park. So that was a little tough. I mean, granted, being from Seattle, we have hills everywhere. Like, I live on a hill. I have to run up 4 hills to get home when I go on runs. But like, these hills are different out there. They're like really long, slow inclines that just kill you. So survived that. And then the coolest part was like 3 blocks from the park and you run into Times Square and you're like, whoa, and there's people everywhere and all the lights and all the signs, and it's just like the coolest thing. And they only shut down Times Square for New Year's Eve and for this race, so that was probably really a highlight of the entire race. And then down the West Side Highway, underneath Battery Park, through the tunnel and then to the finish line. And all along the West Side Highway were a bunch of November Project people from the New York City tribe and tribes around the country. And I was wearing my November Project grassroots gear, so like it clearly says November Project right here. And people would see me from far away and just start screaming November Project at me. And I had so much support from people I had no clue who they were, all because we have the commonality in November Project, which is just like really cool and really exciting. So yeah, and my mom and one of my friends came with me and they ran around trying to keep up with me and met me at 2 spots at mile 1 and had these great signs and were cheering me on. And then at just after mile 7, right after I came through Times Square, and I got to stop and talk to them for a minute and, you know, unload some of my stuff, like gloves and things I didn't want to carry anymore with them, and then keep going. And it was just like so cool to have this whole experience and to be a part of it. So I hope you enjoyed some of that footage. I would highly encourage throwing your name into any kind of race that's a lottery. Put it out there, try and see if you can get it, anything that sounds cool to you. This is one of those races that I've always, like, for the last 2 years I've wanted to do and thought would be really cool. And I got into the lottery on my first try. So, I mean, anything's possible. So give it a try. Okay, have a beautiful day, wonderful people. And yeah, be fearless, go boldly. I'll talk to you later.